Hey guys, today we're back for war number 2, and this is a hell of a nail biter in this war. Um, and yeah, so starting off, we have an aggression fury doom. This is a pretty easy fight. What I like to go for here is just popping two L3s and then an L2. And we're boosted pretty heavily because I have a Nick Fury fight coming up that I was pretty worried about. But thankfully, it went well. I just never taken the fight before, so I was very worried about that fight, and definitely served me best to boost. And yeah, just building to our all threes and being patient. That's all this fight really is just patience. The only thing that can kill you is if he goes into Aura of Hazareth and he gets an L2, or if he gets an L3 somehow. But it's very easy to avoid both of these with Doom. And yeah, just gonna continue L3, and then on another L3, after that we're gonna throw the L2 and it should kill. And now for this yellow jacket. The strategy for this yellow jacket is just throw L1s and L2s. We're gonna lose a bit of recoil damage. We're gonna lose a bit of health from recoil, I mean, but it's worth it to get the extra white mags pre-fights. Um, since my white Magneto is duped, each fight will give an extra pre-fight, even if it's not metal, which is the main reason we sent this out. And it's super fun to actually get a white mags for. Love white mags, but almost never get to use them. So this was a very fun war for me. And yeah, just finishing up this yellow jacket, a fairly simple fight, so I wasn't too worried about it. And now here is what is probably the hardest fight that I have this war. A Node 19 Nick Fury with white mags. The strategy is just to be very patient with heavy hitter. And we want to use our L1s and L2s to give Nick Fury power when we need to do that. And of course, get very good damage. And yeah, this will let me get another pre-fight, which will be very nice. And yeah, as you can see, we're boosted pretty big. We're popping an invul and a mutant power booster. Definitely didn't need the boost as big as I did, but since it's my first time taking a fight, definitely wanted to boost. And yeah, I'll just let you guys watch this fight because very interesting fight. And now we have this power snack long shot with Magik. Super easy Magik fight. Probably like one of my easiest fights this war. Very comfortable fighting a long shot with Magik. Um, and yeah, we're just gonna take this fight slowly. We're gonna not go for any intercepts or anything. He doesn't have any block penetration or any, huge crit resist. So it's not going to be a particularly long fight. It's not going to be, particularly risky with the block penetration. So we're free to just parry for the whole fight, which is quite nice. And now here we're just popping a white Magneto pre-fight onto this Professor X. We do end up popping another white Mag pre-fight on the Domino afterwards that isn't in the video, so yeah. And for this Rage Stealthy, we're going to be popping an Invuln and a Light Attack to avoid triggering as many Rage stacks. I don't think this ends up mattering, but just thought it might be worthwhile. And it does have Untouchables, which I think actually makes this fight easier because it's easier to push Stealthy to L2. So Untouchables, Rage Stealthy, definitely a very comfortable Doom fight. If you know what you're doing, we're going to just start the fight slowly with some parry medium heavies just to get good spacing. And yeah, we do have that invuln, so we can be fairly risky up until we lose the invuln charges. And we're going to just, the main thing I want to focus on here is not letting him get the precision, because if he does not get that precision, no matter how many times he hits me, it's really not going to matter, because he won't be able to crit. And yeah, we're doing a decent job of this so far, and we do end up avoiding precision for the whole fight, which is very, very nice. And yeah, I'll just let you finish watching this fight. And then for this Apocalypse on Power Focus 2, we just wanted to throw double L3 and then an L2. Very quick and easy fight. Nothing particularly challenging here. And we do have a combat region on to give me a little bit of healing. Intercept Moleman, same strategy as the one we took last war. Just being mindful of when we're intercepting and being mindful of his frenzy and everything. We end up taking this fight a little bit slower, but it's worth it because we didn't end up getting clipped here. And the combat regen carried over for this fight as well, which is super nice. And we do have the Mystic Power boosters on, of course. And yeah, just taking this fight patient. No need to rush through it. It's a very simple fight. And if you can just be patient here, you'll have a very easy time with Doom. So now we have this Airwalker on Rage. The strategy here is to don't get hit by L3, basically. That's the main thing. We don't end up having an invuln or special 3 defense boost. I don't think the L3 would kill me regardless because it is Doom, but I really just want to avoid that L3 at all costs, even if it means giving him a fuck ton of rage stacks. Whatever we have to do to avoid that L3 is what we're going for, and his Dark Tide debuffs will give me a little bit of willpower healing, kind of acting like a combat regen boost, which is quite nice. Now for this fight, we pop an advanced power booster in hopes it carries over to the Mangog, which it does. And the plan here is to throw an L3, an L2, and then another L3, and that second L3 should, in theory, end the fight. And be careful with that first unblockable hit on Power Focus 1. With her Huntress and everything, it could potentially slip you up, and I think I do mess up from that later in this fight when she has the precision as well. So definitely not super clean on my part. And after L3, I'm just being cautious and making sure the stun does apply because there is that ensnared debuff. So we're just gonna chill for a little bit, wait to see that stun, and then we'll attack in. And now for the nail biter fight. For this fight, we are again popping a white Magneto pre-fight. And yeah, the goal is to never let him get more than 1 bar of power because this will make it very easy to keep the block penetration under control. I messed this up extremely poorly. He gets a bunch of bars of power and he does end up clipping me, which is not ideal. 2 mistakes there, and it almost proves fatal. Thankfully, we do make it out alive, but way closer than I'd like. And yeah, I'll just let you guys watch this. Um, yeah. And now is when I'm starting to get a little worried because the block penetration is getting crazy, as you can see. Even on a parry, I'm taking a bunch of block damage. So at this point, I'm trying to think about when to start doing intercepts because it's clear that I will have to do intercepts at this point. He hits a 1k hit into my block, and it's clear that at this point, I cannot block any more hits at all, especially considering we gave him another bar of power. Nice stand-up intercept, fight over, 10-0 war. Very happy with that. Big recovery from last war. Very happy.